Hello, my name is Kefka14 and I'm a speedrunner. I speedrun many games, but Chameleon Twist is the one we're talking about today. This video is going to be a post commentary for my current any percent world record as of March 17th, 2022. The record is 10 minutes and 13 seconds. It's a pretty monumental time, I feel, and I felt it might be important enough to do a post commentary video on and talk about some of the potential improvements to this run and also some things that are going to be difficult to improve just for the runs that are to come in the future. So let's get started. So starting off, I did the run as white. That isn't ideal for me personally. I just don't personally like white, but there's no differences in the characters. There's a corner boost there that I missed. Saves about 0.2, 0.3 seconds of little consequence. We missed the boost there as well, the slow boost, but we got the third boost. All in all, you're looking at about 0.3 to 0.4 seconds of time loss. Very minimal. Not worth resetting over at this stage in the game. We also missed that boost. It's interesting. I had a pretty average jungle land in terms of the type of jungle lanes I've been getting, but ultimately, an average jungle land for me, it's still going to be pretty comparable to what I need to get world record. If you can see, the splits in this particular situation have my PB and my world record splits, which at the time was held by Bros. And there's quite a lot of discrepancy between the first three levels. It's pretty interesting. My last level in my PB was bad, but anyway, Jungle Land went more or less how it usually does. No real surprises, no real successes, no real blunders. Your basic Jungle Land. I think I got a 114 IGT. We do get the two-shot boss kill, which that's pretty standard, but ultimately of little consequence. So yeah, pretty solid. Yeah, 114. Moving into Bombland. Bombland as a whole really just goes about the same every time. I think, if I recall correctly, I have one missed door clip here. That grabble's pretty good. Very good lines through here. Quite nice. We could add in the moving shot there and save maybe 0.3 to 0.4 seconds. It's minimal, but it does exist. We had a missed grab there. That's a small time loss of just a little bit under a second. We could also technically walk slightly more forward and grab that cannonball a little sooner and save a little bit of time. Overall, there's maybe about 2 to 3 seconds of time saving bomb land that we can still implement. I go for this moving shot, and it succeeds. We go for the low damage boost. It was kind of far back, but it did work. Still, that did technically lose a very small fraction of time. Very nice line into the door. If I'm not mistaken, I missed this door clip once. I don't. We go for the faster cannonball 2 room, and it went well. Lag reduction. Taking the camera to the right. Okay, now we got first try door clips. I guess the mistake I was remembering was the extra grab needed for the missile before cannonball 1. Boss went well. Shot a little later than what you could shoot. You could technically get out of there a little bit further ahead by having a better shot on the boss, or a sooner shot. But still, a single shot's good. We're ahead of PB and world record. We're going to enter Kids Land before the 4-minute mark, which is super ideal. In fact, we're into the second room of Kids Land before the 4-minute mark. Ultimately, Kids Land is the larger blunder of this run, and that's kind of interesting considering Kids Land went really well overall. First couple rooms here, standard stuff. A nice two sandwich grab. Least favorite room in the game. Goes well. Elevator 1. It's been the same for many years. Coming through, I did get good enough RNG to get the better cycle later in the stage. Just barely, though. Well, not just barely, but not the best RNG, but more than good enough. So we do make the faster cycle here. And by a decent margin, no less. Beautiful double damageless in this run. As good as it gets, honestly. Here's where things start to go a little bit south in this level. Ultimately, this costs us 13 seconds. It's interesting, though, because the extra attempts after cost us nothing. Simply missing the first attempt here, there, that's what cost us 13 seconds. All these next attempts don't really cost us much time at all. Well, that first attempt cost us 10 seconds. These last ones only cost us 3 because of the way the global cycles in the level work. Still, I get through pretty clean. Got a 5th try, which is not good, but we still make the slowest version of the second fastest cycle possible in this level. Loses about 13 seconds overall on the stage. We go for dumb jump, and we make it. Spoiler alert, this run ends well. Had a little bit of extra lag in this room that I normally don't deal with. I decided to wait there, play it safe. We got pause glitch, frame perfect. I went for my newer alternate version of this particular trick and succeeded. So I'm in a pretty interesting position. I can save 6 to 8 seconds very easily over my Ghost Castle, which would be enough for about a 10-19. But it's going to be very tricky to do so, unfortunately. What I didn't expect to happen was to have a Ghost Castle like the one you're about to see. It's not really something that is commonplace in full game runs. The beginning of the stage has been the same for many years. Very standard stuff. I didn't get quite the flame grab that I wanted there, but it was still enough, and I ended up getting a really interesting spread in the next room. We got good RNG in Mirror Room 1. Ended up getting a good spread anyway. Nice moving shot there. Could have technically skipped a couple platforms there and saved a little bit more time, but pretty risky. I decided to play it safe since I was playing well. Same for this room. There's an alternate strat that saves about 2 seconds. We skipped over doing it and went for the second fastest strat. Played it a little safe. I fell in that room in my previous PB, though, so there's not really much of a need to improve that in that sort of manner. Going for moving shots here. Went well for a couple. We got pretty bad flame spawns, but luckily it's 2 and they were right in our path. We were able to just take them with us. But we didn't even need to. We only needed 1. because we got perfect RNG, which is extremely rare in this stage to get it in both rooms. No damage there. Coming through here, we're going for one of the hardest tricks in the game, Cuss Fault, and we hit it. I forgot to zoom my camera out, but we made it anyway. Entering the boss at 9:39. Keep in mind, we could be about 15 seconds ahead of this pace. Here, hit or miss. We get half cycle. That was not needed for 10-1X, but man, oh man, did it help. He moves a bit too more times than I would prefer, but we get the kill. All in all, the most insane full game speedrun I've ever done. I really can't express how much time and work and effort was put into making a run like this possible. Not just by myself, but by a lot of people that came before me. And it humbles me that I can still compete with this player base on this level, especially with how competitive the game has become over the years. And to get a run like this, it feels like potentially a once-in-a-lifetime sort of run. And I'm okay with that. I'm also even weirdly okay it was with a Chameleon I didn't want to play as. The way I always played the game is giving each Chameleon a fair shot. And White certainly got his fair shot and made the best of it, clearly. As far as the future of this run, sub 10 is obviously coming up and on the horizon, but it's a lot easier said than done. You would have to clean up your stage 3 and more or less mimic the stage 4 that just happened there, which that stage 4 was a bit of a unicorn. Stage 4s like that happen very, very, very rarely. In fact, it was the first time I've ever gotten a Ghost Castle that was quite of that caliber in a full game run at all. As you can see, it's a gold split. With that, though, thanks for tuning in. I'm very proud of this run, and I hope that this commentary was at least somewhat enjoyable, if not quiet and chill. This is a very fun game to speedrun. It has something for everybody at every level of play. And I can't recommend it enough. So come check out the leaderboard. Come check out the community. Check out other great runners of the game, the other great categories. And, of course, the game's sequel. Have a good one.